Mind introducing yourself?
Yes, total stranger. So hi everyone, my name is Emily Wong from the States. 6个月以前搬来台北工作，我也是华侨，所以爸妈都是台湾人。对，我会讲中文，我会回答英文，因为他们的英文也蛮好，所以我的中文就没有那么好。I did acupuncture growing up, I did bone cracking, I did all the 中药 full herbs.Powders， 我妈妈天天煮饭给我们吃，都是台湾菜。
会用筷子吗？
哇！
为什么他们可以问我这个？不能问你啊，你也是外国人啦。
OK， 我会承认，不知道为什么都没有练怎么用筷子。10、11岁的时候就根本不知道怎么用啊。
10岁那么晚？
这么晚？现在可以。现在啊，我是用筷子吃哈气的。我在学校不能吃，我很尴尬，我整个包都会吃完。
The shame， 好羞耻。
When I was playing tennis in like 95-degree weather, I was not allowed to have ice in my bottle.
Jeez, yeah. That's rough.
That's why I like to think I'm a little Taiwanese.
What did your parents think when you're like, I'm gonna move to Taiwan? Yeah. I'm trying not to say back to Taiwan, sorry.
My mom asks me like every week, are you fired yet? Like, are you laid off? Like, when are you coming home? Isn't it so hot there? She's like, you're not moving back. You are from the States. Taiwan is not your motherland. What she means more is it's surprising. The mentality of their parents was that this is the golden ticket from the Willy Wonka factory. You do it. It's so obviously the correct choice. For Taiwanese, there is this sense that because it's an island, it always is in the back of a Taiwanese person's mind that their future would be uncertain. Career has greater potential in the States, but generally I do think it's more about the family. For them, the hope was more on the children. Be raised as Americans, accepted as Americans, not for that kid to skedaddle back.
Right? Yeah. I was very curious about that.
An island that they left.
Were a lot of your other ethnically Taiwanese friends coming to Taiwan at that point? I
am the only person I know, ex-American, going to their parents' motherland.
No one was doing that, but you decided to do that. Like, what?
What's wrong with you, Emily?
When people ask me that question
people ask you that all the time.
It's the same thing. Yeah. The subtext of that is like, what's wrong with you?
to be clear, yeah. I'm not like evading the FBI or something.
What are you running from? I'm just kidding.
Next question.
We can, in the States, you were living in San Francisco. You didn't want to stay there.
最重要的真的是安全。半夜啊，我要去吃一个牛肉面，就可以去我最喜欢的店啊，不用想我是女生，不能去这种地方。
应该你住旧金山的时候有那个零元购。
你要去买肥皂，你进去那店。80%产品都被锁，所以你要叫柜台帮你拍。就是肥皂，在美国没有什么优惠 ，OK？ 每个拍1个钟头要
300、
600，现在是600啊！
真的假的？
人家问我为什么会来台湾，然后拿这么低的薪水，看你可以存多少，对我来讲是最重要。觉得在美国，在很大的城市很难。It costs like $8 per bread. 搬来台湾，我也是科技业，可是薪水大概美国一半。For the time being, I'm definitely a foreigner. I think there are pros and cons to that. Pro is I don't get stared at for that reason. To be able to say that I am part of the majority, the way that I walk through the world is different because that's a fact. On the flip side, my Mandarin is unacceptable. They're looking at this, but then this is...
台湾人对你说中文的要求怎么样？他们很耐心吗？
平常的时候去买菜啊，很容易烦啊。If you're very sensitive, honestly hurts, right? Because you feel like you're disappointing everyone all the time.
Down.
You're disappointing the 7-Eleven employee, you're disappointing your ancestors, you're disappointing your Chinese teacher. 可是我跟 朋友聊天都会说，哇，你中文真的蛮好啊，你都是在美国出生长大，口音也没有那么不好。我就觉得很好笑，我跟你去吃午餐，他们给我菜单，我就给菜啦，然后他们觉得很奇怪。
那个服务员他对着你，然后问你，你会中文吗？
哦，我已经忘掉这个事情。
对我来说，印象很深刻，因为没有人会这么做，他们会认为我不会。Yeah, I mean, no one has ever told me what the stereotypes are of white guys in Taiwan. You just kind of.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, it's probably nothing news. Go ahead.
They have yellow fever.
Yellow fever, loser back home,
Ooh.
English teacher,
Ooh.
alcoholic.
So what?
Yeah.
Alcoholic.
Alcoholic. Do any of these apply to you? Can I say ABC? Like, what do you feel about ABC?
ABC's ABC.
I didn't know what ABC was until I moved here.
Ted, you grew up in Southern California.
Yeah.
I think it's very telling that you didn't know what an ABC was.
I mean, for me, it was just you're all Asians. Y'all. Honestly, it was just like.
Did you hang out with all the Asians last night? That's like a sentence.
For my credit, one of my best friends growing up, his mom was Taiwanese.
One of my best friends is white. Dude, high five!
Wow. So you had a white friend.
I have more than one white friend.
You have more than one?
I have
a whole binder full of white friends.
Let's not say that. That would be suspect.
Speaking of that, now that you bring that up, has it ever crossed your mind like, that white person is cool, but I can't be friends with him because the quota is full? I got two.
What am I, Harvard admissions? The quota is full?
The quota is full. Otherwise, if I go any more white, I'm going to get judged.
If you have like predominantly white friends, date predominantly white, other Asians will think you're whitewashed. It's reversed now. Sometimes it's actually harder for me to connect with an Asian because they're a Taiwanese local versus it's easier for me to connect with an expat who's not Asian because we're expats.
So have you actually been able to make local friends? It's been 13 years for me, still none.
No. Really?
Men? Very few.
I have. There are locals. Maybe they spent time in the States, really want to improve their English, watch a lot of Western media. Because I'm Huaqiao, people can't accept me.
Do people have any kind of like stereotypes about?
A, are that I'm not going to stay around. B, we're like cool. Oh, you're Western educated. You have all the bells and whistles that a foreigner has, but I look like their friend. I look like their daughter.
You want me to tell you what the stereotypes are?
I'm ready.
Rich.
Ah, yes.
Entitled.
Yes.
Think you're better than everybody.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You know, am I not better than them? Practically makes sense because there's a family business here. But they kind of deign to come back.
They deign.
Saying,
什么东西?
like,
我的英文不好. Is that some
Care to
Gen
do
Z
it.
slang?
No. I look youthful, but in fact I'm 45.
保养得很好. You're
真的
real Taiwanese. Don't
Get
喝
on
冰
that.
水.
Specifically only 喝热水。
你住台北的时候，你的父母有来找你吗？
一年1-2次，比美国多哎。
比我父母多。
是啊。
你的父母爱你。他们来
我就
这边
跟你讲，不是爱我 ，OK？ 他们是来办他们自己的事情。
那你会入籍吗？
就是2023，还有一些规定，大概住1-2年才可以拿到护照。刚好2024他们改，可是那时候我已经搬来。
你应该的啊，
是应该的
很羡慕。
是应该的
我在这边这么久，13年没办法拿，你可
政
以啊
府。给泰的一个护
给我
照，真的是很
需要
特
一个
别。护照不能穿帽子哎。
然后是。